Man, I love playing the prospecting lottery. It's fun.
Hello?
Hey, Damien, this is Chris. Probably caught you in the middle of something, but
Yep.
sorry. Do you have 20 seconds for me to tell you why I'm specifically calling you?
What's going on?
Hello.
Hey, Sonia, this is Chris. I probably caught you in the middle of something. Do you just have 20 seconds for me to tell you why I'm calling you specifically?
Um, uh, could you just give me some context? Yes, please.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm sorry, Chris. Now's not a good time, and you're also calling my personal number. So if you don't mind, I would appreciate it if you could just follow up via my work email.
Okay. Hey, Patrick, this is Chris. I'm at a top AWS partner. I probably sound familiar at this point. I've called you quite a few times, and it's because you're a top priority for me. We're going to call Jorge, or maybe he's just George. What's up, y'all? It's a fine Friday over here in Austin, Texas. It's actually 6 p.m. or a little past. I think it's 6:20, and you know what that means. I'm going to make some Friday afternoon cold calls when all other sellers have packed it in and they're getting ready to party on the weekends. This is the time to get ahead and to make some calls, shoot some shots to see if I can land a meeting with a prospect that could convert to an opportunity that could change my quarter, year, and career. In this quick prospecting block, I'm going to make 10 targeted calls to CEOs, COOs, and CTOs at SMB or small and medium business accounts that are tied to an AWS seller and his target account list that I can work with to drive joint opportunities. I'm an account executive at an AWS cloud services partner, and one of the smartest strategies I can take on as a partner is to jointly target accounts with my top partner, AWS. And today I'm going to try out a psychology hack on myself to be more productive in my cold calling block. That psychology hack is the following. Instead of counting up when making dials 1 through 10 or 1 through 100 if you're someone who has to do a long prospecting block over the course of hours, I'm going to count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, all the way to 1. Basically, when we're counting up from 1 to 10 or 1 to 100, the brain feels like it's a never-ending process. But when we count down from 10 to 1, the brain interprets that as a finite process, which feels much more manageable. Chunking cold calling into bursts of 10, so example, if you have 100 calls to make, doing 10 bursts of 10, and then counting down leverages momentum bias in our favor and introduces a psychological win when we get down to 1 and eventually 0. We build momentum and it makes us want to keep going. And although I'm only doing 10 calls in this specific prospecting block, it's better than nothing, and every little bit of prospecting matters. Now, based on the data, typically when you make cold calls, there's a 10% pickup rate. So if I'm making 10 calls, maybe I'll just get lucky and get one pickup in this block. Maybe I'll get more. What do you guys think's going to happen? Let's find out. It's time to smile and dial. But wait 1 second before we dive in, a quick plug. If you're trying to break into tech sales at a top company for the first time, or you're a current SDR in tech sales trying to master outbound and get promoted, or you're a first-time AE trying to maximize your OTE and increase your commissions, or even an AE and a seasoned seller trying to transition to a better company to increase your on-target earnings by $10,000 to maybe even $100,000, then feel welcome to book time with me at my Calendly link linked in the description of this video, because I provide a course and actually a collection of courses and white glove tailored coaching for any stage that you're at in your tech sales journey. I'd love to connect with you and learn about where you're at and your vision, and specifically share how Tech Sales Accelerator's content and courses and white glove coaching from me can empower that vision and help you be successful on your journey. All right, let's get into it. Let's make these 10 calls. Call number one's going to Damien, Mr. COO. Let's see if he picks up, and if he doesn't, I'm leaving a voicemail that's going to be crisp, that's pointing to an email that I'm going to send him in a follow-up, and that voicemail is going to increase the chances of the email response based on the data, and I'm going to be the squeaky wheel, multi-threading him, hitting him from different angles, and I think it's going to increase the chances that I eventually get this guy. So let's give Damien a call. Man, I love playing the prospecting lottery. It's fun. Hey, Damien, this is Chris. Probably caught you in the middle of something, but
Yep.
oh, sorry. Do you have 20 seconds for me to tell you why I'm specifically calling you?
What's going?
Hey, so I work at a top AWS partner and help companies save money on the cloud, become more data driven, and implement AI for their business. And I just wanted to either connect with you or the appropriate technology leader to align AWS and their resources, as well as our company's resources. And just wanted your guidance on who to best connect with.
We did look, and I'm not the right person to do that, but I do believe we looked at AWS and it wasn't a fit for us, but that was a couple of years ago. I don't know if anything has changed or if any new whatever. But
Yes.
if you could send me an email, I can forward it on to our the CIO. That's not a problem. And
Thanks so much.
okay.
And that's exactly why I'm reaching out because things do change. And by the way, between you and I actually worked at Google Cloud as well. So, and we work with Azure. Are you saying that you're on premise or you work with another cloud provider?
I can't even tell you that.
Okay, okay. So what I'll do, I'll send.
The technical guy.
Well, I appreciate you, man. And so I'll send you an email. I'm trying to think. Do you mind just sharing it real quick? I mean, we have tools like Zoom Info, but do you mind just confirming your email?
Sure, that's fine. It's G like Damien,
Yep.
last name at WestonGroupInc.com.
At Weston.
Weston with a OTOM, Weston Group Inc.
Okay, we got the ink in there. So, hey, thank you so much, and I hope you have a great weekend. I'll send you a tailored email just so it's relevant, and then thanks for your help forwarding it along. And yeah, I appreciate you. All right,
No problem. Thanks.
cheers. Bye. All right, not too bad. I got a hold of a nice COO that is going to forward me to the right person. And I clarified that, well, actually, I didn't figure out what they're currently running on, and he doesn't know what's going on. But how powerful when the COO is going to forward me to the technology guy, and it's going to be super warm. And I know the technology leader, the right person I need to talk to, is going to see my email for sure. It's guaranteed. And the chances of him meeting with me are going to be much greater. And I uncovered an insight that it was 2 years ago that they looked at AWS and they didn't move forward. And things change in 2 years. And the guy even mentioned, oh, maybe there's updates, there's things we don't know. And that is the hook to get the meeting. So I'm going to put a note to reach out to Damien at his email that he just confirmed. And I am going to frame the value of getting updates from the AWS team around the latest innovations that are relevant to their business and even partnership benefits and investments that AWS will make. That's a reason to take a meeting. So I'm excited. Gosh, that was a meeting set at 6:34, 6:35 p.m. And by the way, you know what? It wasn't set, but I believe I earned the opportunity to now get in front of the right person. I believe it will lead to a meeting. I'm manifesting that. Okay. I need to make sure I put a note on the follow up. Perfect. Now, I'm actually not going to call another person at that same company because I have an in, and I'm going to leverage that next week. So now I'm going to go to the next company, and I'm going to call Director of Infrastructure Joe. I believe Joe is going to be the right person.
You have reached the voicemail of Joe Dupree. Unfortunately, I am either on a call or unavailable at this.
Voicemail.
Please leave your name, number, and reason you're calling, and I'll return your call as soon as possible. Thanks.
Hey, Joe, this is Chris. I'm calling from Bespin, a top Google Cloud and AWS partner, and I work with infrastructure leaders like yourself to save money on cloud, move to the cloud in the first place and do it effectively, and modernize their data and AI strategy. I'd love to extend myself and my team, our solution architects, as a resource to you to help you explore cloud and be successful. If you want, feel welcome to give me a call back at Yes, I will be sending an email your way, probably on Monday, if it's easier to respond that way. Thanks, and look forward to connecting, and hope you have a great weekend. Cheers. I felt good about that voicemail. I'm feeling myself. And so 10, now 9. Now we're going to call number 8. Remember, we're counting down. So let's call Joe's peer Steven. I'm multi-threading personas in the account. Let's see if Steven picks up. We are making call number 8.
The wireless customer you are calling is not available. Please try again later.
El cliente de servicio móvil al que llama no se encuentra disponible. Favor de intentar más tarde.
Message 1, US01LV.
Okay, I couldn't even leave a voicemail there. That was rough, but hopefully it's the right number and I can get a hold of them when they pick up. So, okay, we're going to go on to another call, and so this is number 7 because we're counting down. It's Matt, the president and co-founder of a company. I feel like he'll be able to at least point me to the right person.
Hi, you reached it on the Please leave a message and I'll get back to you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Matt, this is Chris. I want to be respectful of your time. So, I work at an AWS partner, and long story short, we help companies save money on cloud, of course, get to the cloud and modernize their investments there, improve their data strategy, implement AI for their business. There's a lot of things we do. So, I just wanted your guidance on the best technology leader at your organization to work with to explore opportunities and align resources, not just from us, but also from AWS or Amazon Web Services. So, feel welcome to give me a call back at if you'd like to chat. And I will also send you an email on Monday in case it's easier to respond that way. Hope you have a great weekend, and cheers. A little clunky on the start of the voicemail, honestly, but I finished strong. And you know what? It's important to be human in your communication. And I just had a great podcast with Kevin Dorsey, who's a beast in the space. He's an unbelievable CRO, Chief Revenue Officer. He trains people. He's an amazing cold caller, too. The guy's the real deal. And he says, Chris, ahs, ums, and filler words and making mistakes is normal. It's a natural part of communication, and you need to embrace it and not feel bad about it. And I have to acknowledge, I did have someone comment on one of these live prospecting sessions saying, you're a horrible seller. You don't know how to sell. You're not good at sales because I used ahs and ums. And that has nothing to do with whether you're a good seller or not. Cold calling success and sales success isn't about being the perfectly scripted robot. It's about showing up consistently, taking massive action, and giving it the best you got. Eventually, good things are going to come. All right, now we're counting down to 6, and we're going for Sonia, the Director of Data Strategy.
Hello.
Hey, Sonia, this is Chris. I probably caught you in the middle of something. Do you just have 20 seconds for me to tell you why I'm calling you specifically?
Um, uh, Could you just give me some context? Yes, please.
Oh, absolutely. I used to work at Google Cloud, did a lot with companies working from a data and AI perspective, but now I'm at a partner that works with Google Cloud and AWS. And we basically work with leaders like you to um, just support your data strategy, implementing AI, and just wanted to set up a conversation because clearly you're a data leader at your organization, just to explore opportunities to support your goals. I know that's high level, but we have some really good data leaders and experts just to bounce ideas off of. Does that make any
I'm sorry, Chris. Now's not a good time, and you're also calling my personal number. So if you don't mind, I would appreciate it if you could just follow up via my work email.
Okay, so I have your permission though to email you. I will never call you on this again, but it's okay if I email you.
Yeah, you can email me, but it's not the right time for our organization. We're in the process of some changes. So when we
Yeah.
bring on a CTO, that'll be a better time, and you can reach out directly to him.
Okay. When is the best timing? Because I actually swear I had this happen before, and they said 3 months down the road, and I just was patient. What do you expect?
I think 3 months makes a lot of sense here. We are in the process of some onboarding.
Okay. Well, thank you for taking the call. I will not call you here again, and I apologize. And I hope you have an awesome weekend. I will just send you an email though, so you have my info, and if it makes sense to connect anytime sooner.
Sounds great. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
Thanks, Sonia. Appreciate you. All right. Bye. All right, not horrible. Made an impression, planted a seed, and I uncovered some information. I say that some of the best wins when making cold calls is gathering information that, okay, we're in a state of change and we can't really do anything, and a new CTO is coming into play, which she said might be in 3 months in that time frame. This is exactly how I landed a $10 million over 3-year commitment when I was at Google Cloud selling the offer up. What just happened with the CTO at the time, Arian, who was moving to the board, and he said, right now, we're all set, but you can follow up in 3 months when a new CTO takes over for me when I move to the board. I did. I followed up. I referenced Arian saying he said I should reach out to the new CTO, and I got that meeting quickly. That's exactly what I'm going to do here. I'm going to keep tabs on this account, see when the new CTO pops into place, and I will reach out referencing Sonia that she said I should reach out and engage. But I will also send an email to Sonia to let her know that, A, I appreciate the time. I won't call you in your cell again, and give her a few insights on how we help to plant that seed. Now, it is 6:47 p.m. and it's pretty late, but notice I am getting more pickups than usual. When we factor in 10% of the time you're going to get a pickup, you should only get one pickup on 10 calls. I've just gotten two pickups. I mean, that is unreal. I'm getting a 20% pickup rate, and I've still got some more calls to make. I will say one time I was in the gym at Lifetime Fitness on a Sunday, and the most savage thing happened. This girl next to me, suddenly, I realized she's calling someone. It's a cold call. The customer picked up, and she set a meeting with a prospect on a Sunday. Honestly, I'm not telling you to make calls on a Sunday. That's pretty savage. You should be going to church like I do, but anything is possible when you take massive action, and she set a meeting. That is crazy. So now we're going for call number 5. Let's move on. We're going to go to Steven, who is the CEO.
You have reached the cell phone of Steve with New Tech Energy Alliance. Please leave a message. Thank you.
Hey, Steve, just want to be respectful of your time, but I'll get to the point. I'm at an AWS partner that works with companies like New Tech to save money on cloud, of course, get there in the first place to modernize their systems, and modernize their data and AI strategy, adopting the latest technologies to actually grow their business and be more nimble and execute better in their market. And so there's a lot we do. All I'm asking is to get your guidance on the right technology leader to connect with at your organization to explore mutual opportunities. And if anything, they're going to get some new ideas on how we're helping similar businesses in the market, and we'll have an open line of communication. And I'm happy to wrangle in AWS and even other cloud providers like Google Cloud to see what they can bring to the table from an investment perspective to help you succeed. So if you want, feel welcome to give me a call back at otherwise, I'll send you an email on Monday to follow up that way in case it's easier to respond there. Hope you have a great weekend, and cheers. I hope you have a great weekend. I'm making up words. So now we're actually about to make call number 4 in the countdown. So, okay. By the way, something that I did that I want to acknowledge when I was on the call with Sonia, when she said, "Hey, you don't call me in my cell," she was basically annoyed about that. I fell on the sword. And what that metaphor stands for is when you own up, like, I'm the worst, I'm so sorry, it won't happen again. You're just very apologetic. So that's something that you can do when you're calling a cell phone when you know it's going to help you get the meeting or at least get a hold of someone. You just got to be ready to fall on the sword. Just like when I do a double dial and I call someone and then call them back immediately. If they get annoyed or frustrated, I fall on the sword. At the end of the day, between us, I'm doing what I need to do to get a conversation going. And it's coming from a place of service, knowing that I have the potential to align resources and help these customers win. And it's coming from a place of belief in myself and a belief in my company that we actually can bring value based on how we've helped similar customers. So, anyways, now we're counting down to 4, and we're going to call Jorge, or maybe he's just George.
Voicemail. Please leave a
It
message.
was Jorge.
I'll call you back as soon as I can.
Hey, Jorge, this is Chris. I just want to respect your time and get to the point. I work at a top AWS company that helps companies like yours, new tech, modernize on the cloud, get to the cloud, save money on the cloud, and innovate from a data and AI perspective. And I would love to offer my team, our solution architects, and even AWS and their resources to support you. I'm happy to align all of these resources for a call to talk about your vision and see where we can help you win on the cloud. I'd love to begin building a relationship looking through a long-term lens. And if that's something that is of interest to you, feel welcome to call me back. I'm also going to send you an email on Monday to follow up that way. And if it's easier to respond there, that also works great. My number, again, is, and hope you have a great weekend and looking forward to connecting. Cheers. I left my number a second time. I think I didn't even mean to. I think I forgot I left my number. But anyways, solid voicemail, leaving a message that's going to show up on his iPhone as a written transcript that's like another email message. And it's pointing to the email I'm going to send that's going to increase the chances of Jorge getting back via email. So now let's make a call. I think we're at 3. Let's call Dan. Now, Dan's a CTO. So that's the type of person that I want to talk to. CTOs are directly responsible for cloud innovation and defining the future of the product roadmap.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. Is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey Dan, this is Chris, and I just want to respect your time and get to the point. I work at an AWS partner that helps companies like Rebound Dynamics move to the cloud, modernize their investments, save money in the cloud, and implement data and AI innovation to grow their business and be more nimble. I'd love to be a resource as well as align our solution architects on the partner side as well as your dedicated AWS team who can even make investments in your success. Would love to set up a first call to explore mutual opportunities and where we can empower your vision from a business perspective. Feel welcome to call me back at. Otherwise, I'll send you an email on Monday in case it's easier to respond that way. Thanks, and looking forward to connecting, and hope you have a great weekend. Cheers. I feel like I'm Chris. I'm Chris B. Chris Bussing, Krispy Kreme. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm a little bit delusional, and it is late. It is 6:56 on a Friday, and I'm making cold calls. But you know what? I'm going to reward myself after this by crushing it with an ice bath and going to the gym. That is going to be amazing. So now we're counting down to 2, and I'm going to call John. This is actually Dan's boss. We're calling the CEO.
Welcome to Verizon Wireless. The number you dialed has been changed, disconnected.
Numbers can change.
If you feel you have reached this recording an error, please check the number and try your call again. Welcome
Shoot.
to Verizon Wireless.
Okay. Well, we are going to. You know what? I'm not going to count that call. All right. This is a lesson. We can't count calls where the number didn't work at all. And I think I've done that in the past, but at least for this one, I'm not going to count it. Okay. So now we're still on in the countdown call. We're at 2, and we're going to call Randy a COO.
The person you are trying to reach is currently unavailable. Please leave a message after the tone. When you have finished, please hang up or press the pound key for more options.
Hey, Randy, this is Chris. I'm an AWS top partner, and we help companies like yours, Trace Security, migrate to the cloud, modernize those investments, save money on the cloud, implement data and AI for their business, and do a lot of things. So I'd love to set up an introductory call to talk about your vision, where we can empower it, share some customer stories, and even align our, some of our technical resources. And in the future, we can bring in AWS who can make some pretty serious investments in your success on their platform. So if you'd like, feel welcome to give me a call back at. Otherwise, I will also send you an email on Monday in case it's easier, to respond that way. Anyways, long week, and let me let you go and have a great weekend, and looking forward to connecting. Cheers. One subtle thing that I picked up from one of my podcast guests who's an author, and I forget his name, but he's a leader and keynote speaker when it comes to customer success and customer service. He said, don't say feel free to call me back, say feel welcome to call me back. That specific phraseology is much more welcoming and inviting, and it just sounds great. So it's a little nuanced thing that I have picked up and that I implement. And these little things, as we sharpen our craft, really matter and make a difference. Okay, now we're at number 1 in the countdown, and I'm going to call Paul, the CEO.
Hello, you have reached Paul at Trace Security. He is unable to come to the phone right now. Please leave your name and number, and he will return your call as soon as possible. Thank you.
Hey, Paul, this is Chris. I'm at a top AWS partner, and we help companies like Trace Security move to the cloud, modernize their investments on the cloud, and save money on the cloud, and even implement the latest in data and AI to grow the business and be more nimble. I'd love to set up a call with yourself or the appropriate technical leader to explore your vision from a business perspective and align our resources, our solution architects, and our technical resources, and even resources from AWS who can make investments in your success on the platform. At minimum, you'll come away with some ideas on what we're seeing in the market and learn about some customer stories and the results they've achieved. I'd love to just be a resource to you and build a relationship. So my call, excuse me, a long week, man. I'm tired, and I hope you have some good weekend plans and are ready for the weekend. But um, feel welcome to call me back. Otherwise, I'll send you an email in case it's easier to respond that way. Cheers, and looking forward to connecting. Look at that. I made a gaffe. I misspoke. And you know what? I'm having fun with it. It shows my human side. And I say what my mom always told me, progress, not perfection. You don't lose an account. You don't lose deals over misspeaking and making a talking mistake after a long week. That actually could be endearing and actually connect you with the customer, and it could lead them to let their guard down. All right, we're at 0. This is the final call. I think it's the final call. We'll have to look at the game tape and see, did I make 11 calls or 10? But we're going to give a call to Patrick. And Patrick's a CEO, so that would be good.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system.
Patrick,
Is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Hey, Patrick, this is Chris. I'm at a top AWS partner. I probably sound familiar at this point. I've called you quite a few times, and it's because you're a top priority for me. And I work with other pharmaceutical companies to modernize on AWS, improve their data and AI strategy to reduce time to release of pharmaceuticals, reducing processes related to research and development of new pharmaceuticals. There's a lot we're doing in the space, and I'd love to connect with either you or the appropriate technical leader you delegate me to share customer stories, the results we're seeing in your industry, and if anything, just align our resources and create an open line of communication for the future. Feel welcome to give me a call back. Otherwise, I will follow up via email in case it's easier to respond that way. Hope you've got some great weekend plans, and looking forward to connecting. Cheers. Let's go. Just finished up my Friday afternoon cold call block, and it's really a Friday evening cold call block because it's 7:04 p.m. in Austin, Texas. We made 10 calls, counting backwards from 10 all the way down to 1 and 0 to leverage momentum bias in our favor, leverage our psychology to be more productive and be motivated as we make the calls. 10 isn't a lot of calls, but it is progress. It builds momentum, and it's better to make some calls, like 10 calls, than not make any. And look at the results that we got. We got 2 pickups, and in both cases, I gained more information about this current state of the company and earned the opportunity to follow up and eventually get to the right person. In both cases, we identified that, oh, there's probably a better person to talk to, a CTO, but the COO who I spoke to said he'd forward me along. And then when I caught the head of data strategy, she said a new CTO would come along. And now I can stay on the ready for when that new CTO comes along, in addition to following up with her via email. I hope this video motivates you guys, whether you're an SDR that's early in your career or a seasoned account executive, to pick up the phone, smile and dial, and shoot shots to try and win your own prospecting lottery, to land a meeting with an opportunity that can convert to a deal that could change your quarter, year, and career. And if you made it to the end of this video, first off, much respect. Thank you so much for being a part of this video in this growing tech sales community. And secondly, if you're looking to break into tech sales with a top company for the first time, if you're an SDR trying to master outbound and get promoted to account executive, if you're a first-time AE trying to crush quota and make deep six figures, or you're a seasoned seller, whether you're a seasoned SDR or a seasoned account executive who wants to pivot to a better company to increase your overall earnings potential and ride the tech sales wave with a better opportunity to go further, then feel welcome to book time with me at my Calendly link linked in the description of this video. We can set up time for a call where I want to learn about your vision and where you're at in your journey and where you're trying to go, and I can align Tech Sales Accelerator's collection of courses and white glove tailored coaching with me to how it can support your specific vision in tech sales. You guys are awesome, and I want to see you win big in tech sales and in life. And so, with that, to your success in tech sales and in life, happy selling and happy living. And I'll see you in the next one.